Hi, my name is Hussein bin Nakhi and I will be solving the practice test that I made. So for question number 1, use a table to estimate the local extrema and zeros for the function. F of x equals x to the power of 4 plus 2x minus 1. So to make a table, I'm gonna start off like this. Wait. X, f of x. I'm gonna use -2 first. -1. 0 and 1. So now that we have these four x's, we plug them in. So when we plug them in, we can use it in our calculator or we can do it manually. If we do it manually, we do this. X, which is -2. Wait. -2 to the power of 4 plus 2 times -2 minus 1. So -2 to the power of 4 is 16 plus -4 minus 1. If we combine these, it's -5. So 16 minus 5 is 11. So for -2, it's f of x is 11. Now for -1, again plug it in. -1 to the power of 4 plus 2 times -1 minus 1. So this is just 1 plus -2 minus 1. These combine, -3, 1. So 1 minus 3 equals -2. F of x equals to -2. For 0, it's straightforward. 0 to the power of anything is 0. And anything times 0 is 0. So 0 is -1. For 1, plug in 1. It stays like this. 1 to the power of 4 plus 2 times 1 minus 1. So 1 plus 2 minus 1. 3 minus 1 equals to 2. So f of x is 2. Now that we have our points, you graph them and locate the zeros. You can use this doing a graph calculator. Okay, so after plugging it into the calculator, you see that first of all, we have x is -2, f of x is 11, and -1 is -2. So now that we see the number goes from positive to negative, that means in between these two numbers, there's a 0. And then also between 0 and 1, it goes from negative to positive. So that's another 0. So we can already see from our answers, we can cross out A, we can cross out and D. What's left is B and C. So now these two. On your graph, which should look something like this. we're gonna see that there's only a minimum, there's no maximum, because the graph only turns once. So now that we see this, we can cancel out b since there's a maximum, and now we have just c left, which gives us the answer. Zeros are between -1 and -2, and between 0 and 1, local minimum is between -1 and 0, and there is no local maximum. This is the first question. Okay, for the second multiple choice question, describe the end behavior and set the degree and leading coefficient of a polynomial. So first, we know that the leading coefficient belongs to the variable with the highest degree. The highest degree here is 4. So at first, our degree equals 4. And its coefficient is what next to it, which is -5. And it's important to include the negative. So LC, which is the leading coefficient, equals -5. So we can already cancel out A because it has only 5, doesn't include the negative, and B because the degree is 2 and leading coefficient is 3, which is just wrong. Now for C and D, to find out what the end behavior is, we look at the graph. If you plug in the equation to the graphing calculator, you'll see that the graph will be something like this. Okay, so now that you see this, when x goes to positive infinity, it goes to f of x goes to negative infinity, while when x goes to negative infinity, y goes to negative infinity. So knowing that, it's not c, because c says when it's positive infinity, it goes positive infinity, which we know is wrong because it goes to negative. So cancel this out. Our final answer is gonna be D, which is degree equals 4, leading coefficient -5, and behavior is x. As x goes to positive infinity, then f of x goes to negative infinity, and when x goes to negative infinity, then f of x goes to negative infinity. That's it. Okay, now we move on to our open-ended questions, 8 points each. So, to simplify using both long division and synthetic division on the following equation, first let's plug it into the long division. So it's gonna be 2y minus 1, 6y squared, plus y minus 2. So let's ignore the -1 for now and use 2y. 6y squared can be divided by 2y 3 times. Or no, yes, 3 times. So it's going to be 3y. So if we take this and multiply it by 2y minus 1, it's going to be 6y squared minus 6y squared minus 3y. 6y squared minus 6y squared minus 3y minus. So since we have minus here and minus here, so this is going to become positive. So it's going to be 0 plus 4y minus 2. We can divide 4y minus 2 by 2y 2 times. Plus 2. So it's going to be 4y minus 2. So the remainder is 0. So this is our answer, 3y plus 2. Okay, now we solve the equation using synthetic division. So first, to do this, we need 2y minus 1 equals 0, plus 1 plus 1, 2y equals 1, divided by 2, divided by 2, y equals 1 over 2. Okay, now we use half, which is 1 over 2, to divide the 6y squared plus y minus 2. So half 6 plus 1 minus 2. Bring the 6 down, times by half, plus 3 to the 1, which is 4, times 4 times half equals 2, so plus 2, which cancels out the negative 2, which is plus 0. So now we have 6y plus 4 ready. So now, to simplify this even more, we divide it by half. We'll times by half again, making this 3y plus 2. And okay, so we're gonna solve this equation, which is 1 over 3n to the power of 3, distributed along 6n minus 9p plus 18np to the power of 4. So first, 6 times 1/3 is 2, and 3 times n1 equals n4, minus 9 times 1/3 is 3, n to the power of 3 p, plus 18 times 1/3 is 6, and again n to the power of 4, because 3 plus 1 is an invisible 1 here and here, p4. This is the final answer. Thank you.